Hello Virgo, how are you going? This is your mid-month reading and I'm doing something a little bit different this year. At the beginning of the month I'll be doing a general read for everybody, but in the middle of the month I'm going to be doing a shadow reading. Shadow work is the stuff, if you don't know, where we face what I call our ugly bits. The bits we don't want to look at. You know, the bits where you look in the mirror, you go, oh, I want it really. And it's not that they are ugly. It's that we see them as ugly. So we avoid looking at them. We don't want to look at them. We don't want to feel what we feel when we look at them. But this is the thing. We have to. We have to look at them. We have to be able to see them in their true light and then discover that they're not actually ugly. They've been keeping us safe. And it's time for us to heal them and to make friends with them and to move on. Because then we can learn and be a more whole person. Nobody else can do it for you. Nobody else can fill it up. This is how you do it. So it's very, very important, and I thought I'm not going to help play the game of ignoring it anymore. Those who want to face it and want to work with it, excellent, welcome in. If you're a return viewer, lovely to see you, and I'm very, very happy that you've come back. Please feel free to like, share and subscribe if this is interesting to you or if you want to get more messages. All right, now this is for Leo, never mind, Virgo, sorry, for January. Let's see what we've got for you to work with. Barney says yes too. At the bottom of the deck we've got the Four of Swords. We've got the Four of Swords, taking time out to think things through, to reevaluate and to look over what we've learnt, meditate on what we need to know, as long as we're not taking too much time out and avoiding what we need to know. I'll just pull these out and then we'll have a run through. We've got the Knight of Pentacles, Temperance, the Five of Wands, the Devil, lovely, Moon, lots of stuff hidden here, the World, Nine of Wands, oh, Virgo, Strength, beautiful, Nine of Cups, High Priestess, and the King of Swords. We're all moving in the right direction. Lovely, lovely, lovely. That's the direction we want to go. And this is the story. We've got to move through this shit to get to the good part. So, you've been... Excuse me for a minute. Sorry. Back to where we were. Right. I forget where I was, but we'll start over. Okay, the foundation of all of this is the Devil card. Ego. Keeping us trapped. It's almost like we're not keeping us asleep. Not being when we're being kept asleep when he's around by lies, trickery, keeping a mask over our eyes so we can't really see the truth. And that's where we've been for a very long time. Recently, you started waking up, though, to a realization that there's something more. Something's being kept from you. Before you didn't realize that something was being kept from you, but now you do. Now you're more aware. You're not quite, it's when you know something, you don't know what you know, but there's a niggle there, there's an itch, and you know that there's something yet to be uncovered. The current situation is the Knight of Pentacles. Now, this is some slow moving energy, but if you look at this card, he's offering something to the owl. Now, that's wisdom. So he's taking a knee and saying, I'm prepared to give you, all my, not burdens, but 3D beliefs of what's important to gain more wisdom. This is where you're currently at. Your energy is Temperance, which is lovely. It's a flow card, flowing from your emotions to your inspiration to your drive to learn more, and it's very balanced, which is a beautiful, beautiful way to handle this. The block for you is going to be some internal battle dialogue. Now, he doesn't give up easily, ever. And once you've done this stuff and moved on, you will realise that it could be years down the track and you'll get this niggle, and you might feel yourself being pulled back to how you felt before. That's called a trigger. So he doesn't completely disappear most of the time, but you can send him on his merry way and tell him well and truly where to go. And the longer you do that, the quieter he gets and the less often he visits. Well worth it. It's kind of like you've got to face down the dragon first. So this will come up, and this is the blocks to overcome. When you hear that internal battle, you need to quieten that down and try and listen to the quiet stuff, the stuff that isn't in heightened emotion. Okay? Because the other thing you'll find is that there could be some sleepless nights, some trapped thinking, some nightmares. I've been having a run of them lately, and usually when I'm letting go of something, I get a run of nightmares. And they're not, nightmares, they are horror shows. Here's an example, last January, when Australia was on fire, where I was literally in the centre of fire all around us. We couldn't get out. There was no road. All the roads were blocked. People's houses were on fire. Businesses were lost. And we were, luckily where I was, we were safe. But the entire surround of the town was ablaze. And the other night, I had a nightmare of that, only worse. And so it kind of woke me up because I didn't think it was that scary for me. I knew it was awful. I knew what was going on. I was aware, and I was very compassionate for everybody else. But for me, I knew I was safe. I knew I was in a safe place, well, as safe as you could get. I knew that where I was staying was relatively secure. And so I didn't think it affected me that much, but apparently it did, because it's coming back now and it's reminding me of what I need to work through and the parts that really did affect me, like the animals. So this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. When you start releasing things, you could very likely have nightmares. And it's like this is the devil calling you back. Come back here where it's safe. I'll protect you. come back to me, come back to me. And just remember that it didn't keep you safe. It kept you locked up. So note to self, if you start having nightmares, work through it. They will go away. What you're not seeing is the best card at the moment. It's the Strength card. And you are not aware yet of how much strength you actually have and how much strength you'll actually gain by going through this. The more we go through stuff, the braver we get. We get like another layer of strength because it's another thing that we've gone through, and we've got through it, and we've gone through another thing that we never thought we could, and we've got through it. And so each time we face things that are scary and we force ourselves to go through them, the braver we get and the stronger we get. And this is what you're not seeing. You're not seeing how strong you actually are because of all the things you've already overcome. And if you can do that, you can do this. If you can get your license, you can do this. Think of it that way. The Nine of Cups is what's on offer. And you'll see that this is literally the cat, not the canary. It's the wish card coming true. The thing to note when you're doing shadow work is when your wishes come true, remember not to be smug. This is shadow work. Don't be egotistical, because that's another trick he uses. He gives you things that boost your ego, make you a bit vocal in how awesome you are. So just another reminder that this is on offer. This is available to you. How you handle it will determine whether he pisses off or whether you go backwards. And we want him to piss off. So be grateful, be humble, and move on with that. Know that this stuff is available to you. It's all there. It's only our shadow side that's blocking us from getting it. That's all it is. Your hopes and fears is the High Priestess. Now, part of doing this work is that you get more downloads, you get more in sync with your intuition, you hear more messages, and you receive a lot more guidance and understanding. But it can be a bit frightening because for a lot of us, we don't know what to believe at first. Was I imagining that? Did I make it up? Or is it real? Then you kind of get to a stage where you think, am I going a bit doolally? Like, I feel like I'm losing the plot a bit. That's a fear. You can overcome that by watching. Just pay attention. So write messages down that you get and then pay attention. My biggest one was numbers. And so I pay attention to numbers. And it stood me really well. But at first, I watched, paid attention. I wrote down the numbers that I saw, and then I waited and watched what happened. It was amazing. But each person has their own little way of checking the messages that they're getting. The outcome is the King of Swords, and look at him. He's calm, he's complete, he's intelligent, he's wise, he's knowledgeable, but he's not shouting it from the rooftops. He just knows himself, and he's comfortable in himself, and he's done a lot of work to achieve this level of insight. It's a beautiful way to look at the development you get. He's still got the bird who can fly above and see things, further down the track or from a different perspective. And I like this because it's a vulture, so it's kind of keeping the wounds at bay. You know, if anything dies in here and gets a bit gunky, there's a bit of roadkill still left in there. He's got this vulture who can just see it automatically and go, no, you're gone, no more. So I like it that there's a vulture there. To finish this off, I'm going to see what message you've got. Shadow reads aren't all about sunshine and bubbles. They can be, but not usually. They're about what you need to face, how you work through that, and what you've already got that will help you work through that. And in your case, you've got a shit ton of strength. So go you. Message for Virgo, please. Oh, look at that. Step into your new beginnings with passion. It's pretty simple. Go forth. Have passion when you offer this. Be passionate when you're turning the circle and going into a new beginning. I mean, this is the world. That's the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. You've got it. You're on the right path. You've got everything you need. So do it with passion. Oh, she's dancing. She's dancing in the flames. Dance through it. I love this. I love it. All right, my loves, I hope it helps. I love you much, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.